All right, so let's go over the details, or I should say, the EZA details of this STR Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, and also this Tech Vegito Blue right here. This Goku Black, his leader skill before his EZA, extreme type allies key +3 in HP and attack and defense plus 120% when team includes all 5 extreme types. So that means, just different elements. So AGL, intelligence, physical, STR, and also tech. So as long as you have all those types on your team, you get this leader skill activated if he's in the leader slot. His passive skill is attack and attack plus 120%. Extreme class allies key +3 and a defense plus 50%. So that actually has a lot. He has a lot going with that. I can't wait to see what this EZA looks like. Superclass enemies attack and defense minus 20%. I ran this guy on my Patara team for the longest time when I first started playing Dokkan because he was one of the first cards I pulled, and I just like Patara was like one of my first teams ever that I could actually build a legitimate team with, and so he was part of it. And at the time, he was like my damage dealer. His super attack, he causes immense damage to enemy extreme class allies attack plus 30% for 1 turn. So let's compare that to the EZA that he gets. Extreme type, I can't talk today. Allies, key +4 and HP and attack and defense plus 140% when team includes all 5 extreme types. I don't see that being a useful leader skill anywhere right now, but you never know. Down the road, it could be. But the fact is like it's 140% across the board. That's not gonna. Key +4 is good, but the stats is just not gonna do it. But he gets attack and defense plus 150% at the start of turn, so that's good. Definitely an improvement. This is what I'm excited about. Extreme class allies, key +3 and defense plus 50%. So he still maintains that. And then plus an additional attack plus 50% for Realm of Gods category extreme class allies. I'm thinking they could have just left it Realm of Gods category allies, maybe take away the extreme class part, and that would have been a bit better and made him a little bit more flexible. It's unfortunate because he does fit on like a super class Patara team. I mean, he doesn't get all the links, but if you need him to be on a super class Patara team, he could fit on there. That is a little bit unfortunate, in my opinion, that they did restrict that to Realm of Gods extreme class allies. And then we have super class enemies attack and defense minus 30%. So it went from 20 to 30. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 50% and attacks effective against all types for the rest of battle after delivering a final blow. I'm not a big fan of that. It's such an awkward effect in the fact that in something like Super Battle Road, that goes away once you hit, once you go into the next battle. And let's talk about that in just a minute. Let's look at his super attack here. Greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to enemy. Raises extreme class allies attack by 30% for 1 turn. So that part at the end didn't change, but he does greatly raise defense for 1 turn, which is pretty good. Now, what I would have liked to see is, since this whole thing about delivering the final blow would be more effective in a longer event, I would have liked to see him raising defense infinitely or greatly raising defense infinitely and then raising attack for 1 turn or something like that. This is fine, but the fact that he has to deliver a final blow to have his attacks be effective against all types is just so awkward in places like Extreme Super Battle Road. I mean, I guess it could be effective in Red Zone if this guy was Red Zone material. I'm not sure that he is Red Zone material. Obviously, I haven't used him in Red Zone, but on paper, it just doesn't look like he is Red Zone material. This effect just puts him in a little bit of awkward spot, and in today's meta on global at the time with other units that have released so far and with the schedule that's been so wacky lately, is EZA releasing right now, I'm not sure he fits in the current meta of things. He's not unusable. He's definitely a usable EZA for sure and has some uses, no doubt. He has a pretty decent support buff in its passive right here, besides the fact that it's restricted to Realm of Gods extreme class allies. It is very decent because you get that 50% defense and key +3. So at the very least, he's going to be supporting the rest of your team. And now that I look at it, the additional attack plus 50% for Realm of Gods category extreme class allies does make a lot more sense, since he only buffs extreme class allies for defense and key. So that does actually make a lot more sense now. So I'm not too mad at that per se, just because in the first part of that support buff, you're not going to run them on a super class team anyway. It does make sense that they did that. So I take that back a little bit, actually, what I said earlier. But I do not take back what I mean about delivering the final blow. That's just a very awkward passive effect. So I wouldn't say he's like helping any of the categories he's on. Like, obviously, he could definitely have some uses in Super Battle Road, but he's not stunning. He's not sealing. It's just, he's just there. Other than the support buff. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this EZA, but I think he's, at this point on global, I think it's a little bit mid. But moving on to Vegito Blue here, his leader skill is super type allies, key +3 in HP and attack and defense plus 120% when team includes all 5 super types. So it's pretty much the same as the Goku Black here, except he leads super types, not extreme. He has a great chance to launch up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. Attack plus 15% with each attack performed up to 150%. This back in the day was actually really OP. Really OP. This whole passive skill was actually pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. But definitely in today's standards, it's definitely not gonna hold itself up for sure. We'll have to wait and see what his EZA looks like. He raises attack and defense infinitely and causes immense damage to enemy before his EZA. So post EZA, he does, it's the same as Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, except that super type allies keep +4 in HP and attack and defense plus 140%. He gets defense plus 150% at the start of turn, plus an additional defense plus 50% when attacking. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. I feel like they could have changed that to high chance or something like that, just to make him a bit better. And then he gets attack plus 20% with each attack performed up to 200%. Pretty good. So he's definitely looking like a character or a unit that can be utilized in longer events. The rest of his passive, he gets key +3 and medium chance of performing critical hit within the same turn after receiving an attack. Raises attack and defense infinitely still. Disables enemy guard and causes immense damage to enemy. That right there speaks Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, some of those shorter events, but he has a kit that's geared for longer events. I feel like they kind of mixed these guys up a little bit. Didn't really hone them in to do exactly take on a very specific role. Really just improved them overall, an overall unit that may be better at one type of event but has an effect that may be good in another type of event. It's kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. Those are my like overall thoughts on these two guys' EZAs. It's a little bit wonky. It's a little bit weird, especially with the timing that they're being released on global right now. With everything that's released on global at this time and with the timing and everything, it just seems a little awkward with the way their kits are. So this medium chance of performing critical hit with the same turn after receiving an attack, I feel like that should be something that's permanent, not just within the same turn. After receiving an attack, oh, that's even worse than I thought. Actually, he doesn't have guard. He gets that defense, which is decent. This is weird. These two kits are so weird. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like super impressed, but I'm not super disappointed either. It's definitely middle of the road for me, and I think these EZAs are pretty mid as well. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about these two, because it's looking pretty lackluster with this Extreme Z battle and getting these to their EZAs. I guess the main benefit of the Extreme Z battle at this point would be receiving the free-to-play stone. But the overall analysis that I really can come up with is this guy is going to be best in events like Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, some of those shorter, more concise events, whereas this guy is going to be better for longer events, such as the Legendary Goku event, the Legendary Goku GT event, the Legendary Vegeta event, possibly some Red Zone depending on the leader skill and depending on the team comp and who's buffing him and if he's getting any support buffs at all. Other than that, I mean, I really don't see people using them that much. I really don't. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and that's about it. I'll catch you on the next one.